Yeah, each game had its own storyline. I thought Northern Colorado, we missed 15 free throws, so it just kind of takes the life out of you, when you get to the line and you have try to get a little momentum going, and you don't make free throws. I haven't seen a game quite like that one, to be honest with you. With we're I think as of today we're ranked the worst foul shooting team in Division One. I believe we're 351. I could be wrong. I know we're in the bottom, and that's tough because you want to get to the free throw line. You tell your kids drive the ball, and that's the name of the game. So I thought that game certainly was affected by that. And then you come out against a Southern Miss team and played pretty well. And then in that game, you have 18 turnovers, 12 in the first half. So that game, that storyline was turnovers. The first one was free throws. And then the last one, I'll tell you, I thought we just got completely outplayed. I think our kids were emotionally drained. I think they were tired. And they were playing a very, very determined and a very good South Dakota team. That I said out there on the air, I think they'll play in the NCAA tournament. I mean, I think that's the best team that we've faced so far.
Jerrod, back to the free throw shooting. I know practice, but is that all it comes down to?
That's a great question. We used to say all the time at WVU, I remember one year we really struggled, and it seemed like it was contagious. It seemed like it turned in kind of like the flu. When one guy in your roster has the flu, they all get it. And it seems like that is kind of how it has started. One guy will miss, then you'll kind of hear the aches and pains on the bench from our guys. Come on, make a free throw. But obviously you got to get extra shots. You got to get up there and relax. But I'll tell you, Dana, probably the biggest thing that I've learned, and I should have remembered this 6 years ago, my first year as a head coach, is you can't replace game experience. Jeremiah Ferguson, I thought, for first real action, being in a starting lineup for his first time ever, I thought he played about as well as he could. So that was encouraging. Moving Cam back off the ball is encouraging, where his natural position is the two. But I don't think a coach can ever underestimate the experience factor. We just have so many new guys out there, and we're not good enough to miss free throws. We're not good enough to turn the ball over. So we've got to correct some of those mistakes.
I know it was 3 losses. What positive, you mentioned Jeremiah playing, but what positive did you see out of that?
Well, I think just the game experience. I think just being in a different venue, being on the road. Yesterday was certainly a road game. Some of the other crowds weren't as good, but the teams are very good. Northern Colorado, we're here in Youngstown, Ohio, we know nothing about. So watching them play, seeing them go 3-0, seeing a South Dakota team go 2-1, you learn different styles. You see different parts of the country. You start to figure out you're playing some pretty good teams out there. But I think what we learned is we've got to be really good on the details. We've got to do it collectively. We don't have a group of superstars yet. We've got a lot of youth on this roster. And you got to really build it day by day, brick by brick, whatever you want to call it, and understand who you are. You're what your record says you are. You can say, well, you missed 15 free throws and you didn't do this or you didn't do that, or you turned the ball there 18 times. I'm a big proponent of you are what your record is. Right now you're a 2-5 basketball team that had 2 shots to win 2 winnable games out there, and you didn't get it done. You got to figure out which way you're going to go moving forward. Wednesday we're playing a Robert Morris team that the roster's completely gutted. Whether they were seniors last year or they made some drastic changes, they're a much different ball club. They're coming in on a 3-game winning streak. I watched last year's tape. I've watched 3 of them this year. They play really, really hard. I think the most frustrating thing, Dana, right now, what's keeping me up at night is not being able to get my team to consistently play hard for 40 minutes. You can certainly go to bed at night when you know your team is playing consistently hard for 40 minutes. And I think we do it in spurts, but we've got to put 40 minutes together.
Is that just coming down to like executing your pressure?
You know, we haven't been able to press as much because of trying to play Cisco and Jeremiah was out. So we pressed Kent State in the first half, and we really should have been up in that game. We turned Kent State over 8 or 9 times. We beat IPFW in a close scrimmage, which they're a pretty good basketball team, and we pressed. I would say we've got to get back to our identity now that we have some more bodies. But, you're playing 3 games in 3 days. And the biggest thing that I took away from last year when we lost in the national championship, is we probably shouldn't press as much that third game, the national title game. So I wouldn't say I was trying to pace our guys, but we've got to get obviously in a little bit better shape to be able to do this and get some more bodies moving forward. But that's who we got to be. That's what we got to get to.
What's the mood of the team, Jerrod? You're coming on 3 in 3 days. I mean, you got a rubber.
We got back, Dana, at 1:30 in the morning. We pulled in last night at 1:30. By the time you go to bed, it's probably 3 in the morning. Kids are at class at 8, 9 in the morning. They're eating breakfast. I would just say right now, as of today, you have a very, very tired basketball club. You have a deflated team. You have a young team. You have a team that's probably not sure of itself. So today we'll just watch tape. We got to get off our feet. We've got to have a very light but a very demanding practice tomorrow, and we got to bring it on Wednesday. I mean, there's no doubt about it. If we don't come to play, they'll hit us in the mouth early and often. They're aggressive. Andy's an aggressive coach. He gets a lot out of his kids. No. I told the kids in the locker room after the game, we've got 30 days to get ready for Horizon League action. The thing that I like about after this Saturday is we play 1 game a week really for the next month. So you'll have 5 practices in between when you go play Butler, Indiana, Utah State, those teams. So we've got to get a lot better. But if you look at our league, Dana, in a whole, we're ranked 30th out of 32nd. There's 32 teams, 32 conferences in the country. As of 2 days ago, the Horizon League men's basketball is ranked the 30th best league in Division I basketball. I don't say that to be negative about the Horizon League. What I try to do with our guys is give them some hope and let them know that conference play is around the corner. But if we don't get any better between now and conference, it doesn't matter what league you play. You're not going to win games. But the reality of it is we knew what December was going to bring. We all knew that. We knew we had to bring in some money. So we got to look forward to those challenges.
Anything else for Coach? Going back to the free throws, do you ever want to get guys who maybe throw underhand like Rick Barry?
You know what? I saw that story on Rick Barry last year in the NCAA tournament, and I don't care how they shoot it, as long as it goes in. But you got a lot of young players. You've got 3 freshmen going up there for the first time. You've got Jeremiah Ferguson that doesn't have much experience. Devin Haygood consistently has struggled to shoot free throws. But if you even look at our other stats, you look at our 3-point percentage, we're shooting 30%. We're shooting 44 from 3. So it's not just the free throws. Obviously, free throws are very glaring. Right now, when you're 87 for 153, you think about the amount of points that were left on the board. So you sit around as a coach and drive yourself crazy and say, is it your offense? Is it your defense? Where 2-3 weeks ago we were scoring 80-something a game. And then now we can't score, but a lot of that does have to do with the free throws. So the kids just got to get relaxed, get up there, and, get a little swagger when they get to the line.